Hello everybody, it's the Coppertino, and I'm back into the Steven Universe vlog, and I'm too tired to even manage anything right now, so this might be a really bad vlog, but none of them are really good, so you'll live. Today's episode is Beach City Drift, and in this one, Steven and Connie and Greg are all at the car wash, and Greg's he did buy a new car, or a new car. It's been previously used, one for just, I guess, car stuff, because he hasn't sold the van. I guess he just wants another car because now he's rich and he can do all that. So I guess he did keep all the money from the thing. I thought he spent it all on the Mr. Greg, but nope. Now he's a millionaire, so that's a thing. And Kevin from Alone Together, which is that episode that everybody hates me for, comes in with his shiny new Lamborghini that he got, which is not as important as knowledge. And he comes in and he wants a car wash, but when Steven sees that, Steven totally gets out of character mad at him, and he yells at him and all that fun stuff, and Kevin speeds away, and Steven and Connie are like, oh, we'll teach him a lesson. So they fuse into Stevonnie, and they go to just, I guess, the Beach City Hills, and they drag race him. Is it drag racing? They race him down a hill, and it's pretty neat. And they're racing down the hill, and Kevin's taunting them on, and they're all kinds of mad at it. And they get so, I guess, mad maybe that they defuse. Something like that happens. And Steven and Connie assess what they're doing. They don't, and they just realize they're too obsessed. They're too obsessed with what's going on. They don't really want to just do it to beat Kevin. Kevin's a jerk. They don't really need to give like the effort and the time of, like, he's a jerk. Why do we even care? That's pretty much kind of what they say. And they're like, let's just enjoy, the view and racing down the hill or whatever. Let's just have fun ourselves. So they finish the race. They go down the hill nicely. They look at all the stars and the scenery and all that nice stuff. And Kevin beats them by just a little bit, but still, it's, they weren't racing. And when Stevonnie gets out and says, yeah, thanks for the nice ride, Kevin, it's really nice, Kevin gets all mad because he wanted them to be really torn up that he won, and they weren't. And then the episode just kind of ends with Kevin being a piece of garbage. And, everyone's a horrible person in this episode. All around the place, everyone's kind of a horrible person. Kevin's a horrible person because he's Kevin. Which is weird because you've only seen him once in that one episode, and he wasn't exactly, like, horrible in Alone Together. He wasn't, he kind of, I wouldn't say assaulted, but he was kind of getting a little creepy on Stevonnie. But he wasn't straight up like too. Thinking back to it, he's a little on the edgy side. I don't like to get into what's assault and what's not, especially on women. So let's not do that on my show. Thanks. But what I mean is he's there's justification for why Steven and Connie are so mad at him, but Steven gets really, really out of character mad at him, which is weird. It's weird to see Steven get so mad. He hasn't gotten this mad at anyone since Lars and the Cool Kids, and then I said that he gets out of character mad in that episode, and everybody got mad at me for that, so maybe this was justified. Personally, I didn't think it was. Okay, I did think it was justified, but it was like, Steven doesn't really seem like the reactive type as much as the proactive type, by which I mean he'd be great to apply to my face. And the thing with... Oh, that sounds really weird, actually. That wasn't meant to be anything dirty. That was just supposed to be a stupid joke. And Connie is kind of the same way. Connie's actually the only one who's really, like, sane in this episode, I guess. She's there. She's like, Steven, let's really think about this. Are we just doing this for Kevin? And he's like, yeah, we are just doing this for Kevin. She's like, let's do it for us. And then Scott earns the power of self-respect and all that fun stuff. So she's kind of like the middle force in this episode. But honestly, I really don't like Kevin at all. Obviously, he's made to be unlikable. But I really don't like Steven in this episode. He was just really... He seemed... until the end, obviously, where he was made to be a good sport. And obviously, he was written to be a sort of bad sport in this episode because they need him, because he gets mad at the guy, right? But I didn't really think he was as justified as he was to get mad. If Steven was known as a character who gets mad really, really easily, then, or gets this mad really easily, then, it would make sense. And maybe you could argue that, oh, well, he never gets mad, and if he can get this mad at something, it must be a really, it must be a really special occasion. Or I wouldn't say special occasion, but it must be really something serious. I guess you could say that. That's pretty valid, but if you watch the episode, he's pretty quick to blow up at this guy. So, well, I would, maybe if Kevin was like, what are you two, dummies looking at? And he was like, oh, you meddling kid. But as far as I can remember, I watched this episode 5 minutes ago. I don't think he says anything like that, personally. But yeah, no, not really much else I can say about this episode, except there's this really nice shot of them going by the ocean that I'll probably use as the thumbnail to the video, of just Steven and Connie, or Stevonnie and Kevin going by the ocean, and it's really nice. It's just nice. I just like it. It's like one of those quiet moments, and I just like it. And I do like the lesson of, even though I kind of criticized it a little bit, I do like the lesson of, this guy's just a jerk. Why would we give him the satisfaction of, just knowing that he got to us? The best thing to do, here's philosophical grumpeteer, is the best thing to do when you're in a bully situation, just a jerk situation, is just ignore them, because they don't get the attention. They don't want to care anymore. You know how everyone in the comments is always like, don't feed the trolls? It's that in real life. What? But yeah, besides that, not much else I can say. I have a feeling a lot of you guys aren't going to like this one. But yeah, no, overall, it's alright. And it looks like this won't be the end of the vlogs anytime soon, because I think the episodes end on August 18th is what I saw. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. I might have an update video on what's going to happen soon, so we'll see. Unless you already saw the last update video, so this might be combined with the vlog. But besides that, I'll see you guys later. I'm going to bed because I'm too tired.